it going, everyone? Welcome to the 6th episode of The Iron Couch. Emily and Thomas are gone today, so our normal host Emily is not here, but we got Joe instead.
Yay!
So Joe, myself, and Jessica will be talking about Blood of My Blood, the newest episode of Game of Thrones that came out last night. Yeah. Kind of a slow episode.
This one was probably the, I don't want to say worst, but like just the slowest episode of the new
least
series.
exciting.
Yeah, especially after last week's.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks actually have been kind of big.
Yeah, because before the Hodor episode was the, oh my gosh, I can't think. It was something big, but now I cannot think at all.
I can't either. Oh, God. It was big. I know that.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, why can't I not
It's been a
remember?
whirlwind of a season. It's okay.
Was that the Daenerys one where she...
Yes, it was
yes,
that one.
it was,
yes,
yeah,
it was the one where she
Rock.
turned against the other Carls. Yeah. Okay.
So, we're going to start in the north immediately after the Hodor scene from last week.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a direct continuation.
Yeah. So, we got Benjen back.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yes.
And he was turning into a white, which was pretty bizarre, and the way that they stopped the process was by sticking dragon glass in his heart.
Yeah, the children of the forest saved him.
Yeah.
He had a really cool arsenal of weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, his like flaming flail.
Yeah, and then he had the meat hook thing that he was dragging him behind the horse. Yeah, it was satisfying. Especially since we haven't seen Benjen since season 1, and one of the big mysteries in the books has been where's he been?
Mm-hmm. It did not go. That scene did not go how I imagined it to go because, and actually, could I get the tinfoil hat from you?
Here you go.
So immediately following last week's episode, I had a theory. Stay on my head. Okay, so I thought that Bran and
Mira.
I can't remember her name. But Bran and Mira were going to get away, not out of any, like, one coming to their aid or their own will, but rather because the whites were going to stop chasing them. Why would they do that? With Bran having his little mark by the Night's King, I thought that they were going to let him go, and with that mark they can get entry into different places, so they no longer need the horde to get past the wall. So all they have to do is wait for these two to get past the wall again, and then boom, they can travel across.
It would break the magic of the Children of the Forest.
Exactly, it would break the magic. So, and that's what I thought was going to happen. But Benjen showing up and being like, "Wow," it kind of disproved that.
Now,
I mean, I guess it could, like, still part of it could still happen.
Yeah.
Like, because the only thing that really changed is they didn't call off the attack. Like, the whites were still just going after them.
And I think that's more of just like
they're kind of mindless.
Well, yeah, and they could kill Mira, and then Bran they could literally take Bran and take him to the wall and make him go through.
Yeah.
Bran the battering ram.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Russ and like I just imagine them like using a catapult and just like launching him over.
Oh my gosh.
And now we can go.
Yeah, and now we're fine. just like the Benjen reveal though has actually big implications for the book readers. One debunks a theory, and one kind of almost maybe confirms a theory.
Put on the hat if you're talking about theories, man.
So the Jojen Pace theory is debunked. At one point, while he's with the Three-Eyed Raven, Bran is eating some red paste that is implied to be Jojen's blood. That's helping his green seer ability, and Jojen has not been seen, body or blood, and Benjen's feeding him rabbit blood, so that gets debunked. The other thing is a lot of people...
Well, how does that get debunked necessarily?
Because Jojen's body is like a mile away, and we didn't see it.
But that doesn't mean that...
Okay, it's not happening in the show.
Okay.
Is what?
Well, no, what I'm saying is, like, how do we know that it wasn't happening while he was up there with a Three-Eyed Raven?
We never saw it.
But just because we never saw it...
It's not going to happen in the show, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm not sure that I'm with you 100% on this,
If we don't see it, we can imply that it didn't happen.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I disagree. I think that there are things that they leave the audience to figure out, and that could be one of them.
I mean, but they never implied that he was drinking blood with the Three-Eyed Raven.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't necessarily. I've never even heard about that theory, but I don't think that it's necessarily debunked at all.
I think it's debunked for the show. Anyway, the other thing is that from the get-go, Cold Hands is a character in the book that hasn't shown up in the show, and they said he wasn't probably going to. And then George R. R. Martin also said that Benjen is not Cold Hands, and in the post interview thing, they called him Cold Hands Benjen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's saying like this is an amalgam of the two characters, and they did combine them for the show, or if George was lying and Cold Hands is actually Benjen in the books. So that's interesting. That's gonna be interesting to see.
Definitely.
How the internet reacts to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the North.
Yeah.
It was really short.
It was. There wasn't a whole lot of time spent up there.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, Benjen's here.
But
Let's move on.
the flaming flail was really the highlight.
It was. The flaming flail was the coolest part, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, where
next
to next?
was Horn Hill, which is
Ooh,
Sam's family.
the Sam fam.
The Sam fam. Yeah.
That's what we call him, the Sam
Yeah, we
fam.
named him Sam fam.
Sam's mother is like a fox, though.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
So.
Sam's dad, on the other hand.
So we lost Roos, and we got this guy,
Yeah.
and he is a
Little
real
less of a psychopath.
beephole.
But he's a little less of a psychopath. Like, he's not like the murdering, like, flaying type,
Yeah.
as far as we can tell.
He's
Less
just like,
psychotic, like just not more, because you can't really be more of a jerk than Roos, but still, like, not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Pretty rude, pretty inconsiderate.
Yeah. Not a big fan of Sam.
Not a big fan of Sam.
Or Gilly, for that matter.
Or Gilly. Probably not a fan of Baby Sam either.
But the big thing is Sam's piecing out. Like, he's not listening to John, and he took Heartsbane.
He did take Heartsbane, which is probably like the biggest
Yep.
thing out of all of that. He was unwelcome in his father's home, and originally like Gilly and Little Sam were gonna stay there, and then he's like, nope, we're piecing out. I can't go without you, and I'm stealing this 500-year-old sword that is made out of Valyrian steel.
Yeah.
and Gilly's like, hey, he's gonna come after you and get it back. And Sam's like, he can try.
Yeah, just
Which
Bring
is
it
a pretty
on.
ballsy thing for
Especially-
Samwell to
yeah,
say.
like if it was like John or Rob who had said that, I'd been like, that's typical.
Alright.
But like the fact that Sam said made it like 10 times more like brave. Right?
Yeah, I was like, woo,
Yeah.
alright.
But yeah, once again, fairly short sequence in Horn Hill. And then, but it was cool to see Sam fam.
It was cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. His house, it's beautiful there.
Yes.
It's one of the prettiest locations, I
Yes.
think.
King's Landing.
Oh, King's
I lied.
Landing.
We're not gonna do King's Landing yet. The twins.
The twins first. Okay, that's
Yeah,
easier
good.
because that's
Save
like
King's Landing.
a little tiny bit. So that was only probably about a 3-minute long scene.
But very big implications for the rest of the season.
So Walder Frey wants to take back River Run because he's mad that his people have lost it.
Yes.
Still alive, apparently.
Yeah.
Still alive,
Brendan-
still kicking.
Brendan,
Still alive.
Frey, or not Frey, Tully, kicking ass and taking names still.
Yeah.
I took back River Run essentially by
Yeah.
himself.
Blackfish.
Yeah, the Brotherhood Without Banners are wrecking the Freys.
Yep.
Like their supply lines. It's not going well for the
Do
Freys.
you
Nope.
think that Lady Stoneheart, you don't think she's going to come back? A lot of people are saying that they think that she's going to come back this season.
It's too late to introduce a character that big, and like it was big enough to have Benjamin
Because
come
just
back.
with the Brothers Without Banners doing stuff, it makes me wonder if something is going to...
They would have had to imply that she is around way earlier because her body's been sitting in that moat for a very long time at this point. Whereas,
We'll see. I don't know. I don't think it's completely ruled out. I think that once it gets a little bit later in the series, it's
Yeah.
going to be because there's just no point in introducing somebody this late in the game.
Yeah.
Considering, I don't know, this was episode 6.
Yeah.
So we only have 4 episodes of this season,
Yep.
and then we have like another...
20 or no, 16.
No, not
No,
even.
16,
It's
so
like
7 and
small.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7 and 8.
16.
So it's wrapping up pretty quick.
Yeah, so I that's one reason I don't think Lady Stoneheart's coming.
Yeah, I think if we get to the end of this season and she has not shown up, she's not in the show.
Yeah, I think it's too late in the game to add a major character like that. Bringing Benjen back was big enough because we haven't seen him for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
and bringing John back at the beginning
I
of the
mean,
season.
but yeah,
that was
but
a great
like he's a
deal.
main character.
I know, but I'm just saying, as far as bringing people back, and
Yeah.
also there's rumors the Hound might be brought back.
Yep.
So death is not really of much consequence in Westeros to a
Unless you're a
certain
Lannister,
extent.
then you all just die.
Yeah,
Dark.
Yeah, or a Stark.
Yeah.
but Walder has Kat's brother.
Yeah.
That's kind of the
that's a
big
big
thing.
Brendan Blackfish's nephew. So,
Yeah.
looks like he's gonna use him for leverage, which will be
Yeah.
interesting.
And Jamie's going up there too.
Yeah, we'll save that for.
Well, I know that's
King's-
part of King's
yeah.
Landing, but I feel like that's still important
Yeah.
while we're talking about the River Run stuff. Like Jamie is
It's
going up there.
also interesting to note that Littlefinger and Sansa's conversation last episode is true.
Yes, that's something else.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. We didn't necessarily
Yeah.
think that Littlefinger was telling the truth. Like,
Yeah,
that was one of the
but
things that we
he
brought
did
up.
say that Brendan is at River Run and it's his, and you need to go to him. And
Yeah.
So we're gonna get a pretty interesting clash then if all
Yes.
of these people come in there, because if we have the Freys up there,
Yeah.
and we have the Tullys, and we have the people from Castle Black. I'm trying to think
Night's
like
Watch and the
yeah.
Wildlings.
Well, not even really the Night's Watch. It's just the 6 of them or so. It's like maybe 6 and a few other people, but it's like Brienne or not Brienne. I always call her Brienne.
Brienne, Melisandre,
Melisandre, Davos, Jon, Sansa,
and
Big Red. Yeah. So I mean, they're all coming down there. Jamie's coming up. It's gonna be a brawl.
Looks like we've got 3 bowls lined up for the rest of the season. We got River Bowl, which is new.
Yes.
We got Bastard Bowl,
Yes.
which is I think is gonna happen before River Bowl.
That wouldn't make sense though, because the
You have
reason
to
they're
work
going.
south, so he's gonna stop at Winterfell, and I think we won't get River Bowl till next season.
See, but the thing is with that though is like, do you think they will do that? Considering the whole reason they're going to River Run is because they need more troops to fight Ramsay.
That's true.
Like that's the reason they're going.
That's true.
Is they need more troops. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna show up. They're gonna want more troops, and then they're gonna realize, oh crap, stuff's going down here.
Mm-hmm.
Either that, or they'll get there, they'll get the troops, they'll leave, and then stuff's gonna happen at River Run when they're not
Possible.
expecting it.
But River Bowl, Bastard Bowl, Clegane Bowl, which Clegane Bowl is the one I'm most excited for.
So do you think that's gonna happen with the trial?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's a lot of speculation, but I think that it could be possible that Cersei's trial could be the Mountain versus the Hound.
Yeah.
So.
One other thing that I've heard that Cersei's trial will be, because she even mentioned that, I know that's once again at King's Landing,
Yeah.
but just talking about Clegane's, she mentioned that the Mountain will be her fighter in the trial, and a theory that I've heard is that Tommen will be the other one.
Will be the Faith Militants.
The Faith Militants fighter, especially now that he's king.
Possible.
So, talking about King's Landing stuff again. We'll get more into that though, because that's interesting.
Yep.
Alright, so moving on.
Yeah.
Do we just have one more place left?
No, we got a couple.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we did the North, Hornhill, the Twins. Let's do Bravos next.
Okay. Yeah.
So Arya.
Yeah. She's supposed to assassinate this actress.
Yeah. Didn't do a very good job.
Nope.
And like as it was happening, we were all like, she's gonna mess this up somehow.
Yep.
Like we were just like, how's she gonna do this?
And basically it's like, not Joe, like why can I not think of his name? I'm like, my mind
Jaqen.
Yeah. So he basically told Arya,
Got
it's
one
either
shot.
your face or hers.
Yeah.
And she definitely just saved the woman's face.
Yeah.
So hers is in a lot of danger right now.
Yeah. She got Needle back.
She did.
Which was really cool.
For a second, it seemed like Needle wasn't gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Moving
worried.
around,
I was
so-
like,
Yeah. Something else that we talked about immediately after the episode ended is like, Arya's scene ended incredibly well, and I feel like I wish that the episode had ended with that.
yes,
Rather
with
than
the
how-
candle being blown out.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like the episode should have ended.
We'll talk about Essos next with Daenerys. That's how it did end, but I think, Arya blowing out the.
Arya's like her little story in this episode was one of the more interesting ones it's been. Like this was one of the most interesting Arya episodes in a long while.
Arya's had to and it's sad because like Arya, end of season 4 on the boat, the children in the background is playing. She's going to.
The Children is still one of the best Game of Thrones.
Oh,
songs.
most definitely. She's going to the House of Black and White. It's like she's got the cool assassin. It's gonna be awesome. And ever since then, it's been boring.
Yeah.
Like it's been cool-ish.
Season 5 was pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, she got rid of Needle and they had that whole conflict, but it wasn't like mega interesting kind of
She was
thing.
blind for a little bit.
Yeah, for like 3 episodes.
I was really happy that she went and got Needle in this episode though, because
Yeah.
to me Needle is so symbolic of her Stark name.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the sword Jon gave her. That to a certain extent Needle is an extension of her. And so by grabbing Needle it was saying, no, I cannot leave my name. I don't want to be a girl. I want to be Arya Stark. And that is who I am.
And I think I think that's been implied really since she got Needle. So I'm excited. There's gonna be a wave showdown. She's gonna have to fight the wave at some point.
I mean, I think she's gonna kill it.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I can't
yeah.
see the waif winning.
Yeah, I mean Arya's not gonna.
Emily's
die.
gonna be stoked. Like Emily, after every episode, is just like, I want to punch her in her stupid face.
She has a very funny face.
She really does.
Arya's not gonna die because George R. R. Martin, I assume, likes being married, so
yes.
He's not allowed to kill her.
His wife commands that.
Yeah, Paris Martin. All right. Next we have Essos. So Daenerys.
Dany, good old Dany.
Yeah, didn't
Not a whole lot happened.
really a poorly done scene.
Maybe 3 minutes of
I get. Okay,
showtime?
the thing is
Yeah.
that as a watcher, like when you're watching that scene, it's nothing really that great.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, when they do like the little recap with like Weiss and Benioff, they were like, oh, it's supposed to be kind of a callback to when Khal Drogo gave that speech in the first season, and he was like, we'll go across the sea on the wooden horse, and all of this
My
stuff.
wife just ate a heart.
Yeah, my wife just ate a heart. And he's like rallying his troops,
Yeah.
and so it's supposed to be. It harkens back to that. And like now, and like once they said that in the show, I'm like, yeah, like I guess I see that, but I think that you're trying to say this is more of like a symbolic, bigger deal than what it actually felt to us.
I agree. It's the same thing we've heard from Daenerys and her storyline literally since season 1.
And it's not like they weren't already following her.
Yeah, exactly.
she doesn't need to give
It's
us
like
she
you just
burned
proved
everyone
that,
alive.
Yeah, she just proved her badassery in
Yeah.
like 2 episodes ago. So
Yeah.
really all this is just kind of her repeating lots of words, which she loves doing.
Yeah.
So.
And Drogon showing up.
And Drogon
we
showing
get it. Like, she has dragons.
Yeah.
They know she has dragons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if she would have given the speech like as they're about to set sail, maybe that would have been a good time for
Yeah.
us. Don't worry, she'll say it again.
Probably.
Yeah, she'll probably say it again. And like I said, like, I don't, and especially the way that that's the episode ended.
Mhm.
We didn't, like, it's more stuff we heard. It was a very, very anticlimactic way to end the episode.
It was.
I
It would have been cooler if it would have been Arya blowing out the candle.
Especially with
end of
Arya's music
episode.
that was going on with
Mhm.
with that whole scene of getting Needle back and going into her little cubby hole.
Especially because out of everyone right now, out of all of these stories, Arya is in the most danger.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she's up against people who can essentially shapeshift and who want her dead, and like their entire existence
Yeah.
is making people dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Gotta get dead.
gotta get dead.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that the end of the episode was really weak. And I think that kind of like I think that's why like I don't really have a bad taste in my mouth, but like compared to the rest of the season, it's like
Yeah.
it
One
felt like
question-
it felt like a season 5 ending.
Yeah. It was just a little. It was just not quite there.
We had a lot of cool build up though. But anyway.
One question I wanted to ask you guys though about Dany, just as like a last thing, is because personally for me, I'm growing more concerned with her, and to me she's almost growing more villainous in a way. Do you kind of see that? Because like, so let's say she brings all of these people and she sails across
Yeah.
there. She has such an insane number of troops. It's like,
Yeah.
how much, and she's so against, and she's built up all of these people who follow her and herself to be so against the man in the iron suit. That's all of Westeros. So are they
Yeah.
gonna kill every family?
Yeah.
If they try to take the Iron Throne, goodbye Lannisters, goodbye Tyrells.
Goodbye everyone. The thing is
Goodbye everyone. Like she would, like all of these, I think that we're so focused on loving Dany, and she's a really interesting, cool character, and we're like all team Dany. But once Dany crosses the sea and meets all these other people, we'll be like, no, don't kill our favorites. Like, and that's what it's going to turn into, it seems.
It's like Tyrion and Varys are there to like, hey, let's calm down a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Take a
true.
breath.
I think the thing is like she's rallying her troops by saying like, let's kill the men in the iron suits, let's tear down their stone houses, blah 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 blah. She obviously doesn't really want to do that. Like, she wants a castle, she wants to rule the Seven Kingdoms. She doesn't just want the land, it's not a land grab, it is a
But
society.
do you think then at that point, it's going to piss off the people following
Most
her?
definitely. I think that she's got a very big problem to solve that she doesn't understand yet.
Well, if they want to kill people, there's a whole army of undead people coming to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, one of the biggest issues too is people are commenting about how Tyrion and Varys don't know Essos. They have no idea how it, like that was one of the things we talked about like 2 episodes ago is Grey Worm is like, you're out of your league. You don't understand how these people work. But at the same time, Dany and all of these people she's bringing over, they don't understand how Westeros works. Yeah. And so they're going to be in for a rude awakening, a rude, very green awakening.
Well, the thing is too is like you're bringing over the Dothraki who are very barbaric and but they almost primitive, and you're bringing them over. Like, what are they going to do when they get there? Like, after the battle, like the fighting is done, she's gonna send them back to Essos and be like, okay, go back to the mother. Like, all their like cultural landmarks are there, like their society, like Varys Dothraki and the Mother of the Mountains and stuff like that. What are they gonna do in Westeros?
Yeah,
like,
she's
what
kind
are
of
they gonna do?
them.
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Like, to a certain extent, they are a migrant, group of people, but like not to that extent.
Yeah, like they.
Something I'm kind of curious about too is like, I wonder if there's going to be any implications as far as disease or anything goes.
No, yeah, that's
They're
true.
not accustomed to.
But the thing is like, I mean, trading happens. Yeah,
the trading does happen, but it's like one thing to live in a completely
That's
different
true.
environment.
Yeah. It's not gonna be like smallpox blankets or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's just kind of a far out guess, but it's like I just think that there are big implications with what Danny is doing.
Yeah.
We don't know if basically people are going to get stepped on, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like a reoccurring theme with her.
Right,
Is like
right.
she can't make
Literally stepped up.
she can't make everybody happy, and that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to do her thing, but make appease all of these people, and it's impossible.
Yep, I agree.
So.
I've gone from being really pro Danny, like really excited about her storyline and like seasons 1 and 2, to now I'm just like, one, I don't really care anymore because it's been so drawn out, and at the same time it's like, is this a good idea? Because is this really what's best for everyone? No, probably not.
No.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up with probably one of the biggest
KO.
parts is King's Landing. Lots of stuff happening in King's Landing.
Yeah, a lot, but not as much as I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, it was which I think was kind of nice though. It was like a nice little head fake.
Yeah.
Especially with Jamie riding up the steps and as you said, like a very well trained horse.
Yeah, just trotted right up the steps like it was nothing.
Yeah. It was like, you're not gonna do it, and High Speed was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And like seeing Grandma Tyrell being like, they won, like they beat us.
Yeah.
It was very, very sad. Because like this was a last ditch effort by like the Tyrells and Lancers to do it without fighting.
Yep.
So.
I never thought I'd say Miss Tywin Lannister.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, seriously. It's like
he wouldn't put up with this at all.
no, Tywin would be it would be struck down. People would be, and Tommen would be put in his place.
If Tywin was still alive, this would have never happened in the first place because Cersei wouldn't have created the High Sparrow essentially.
Yeah. The Faith Militant.
Yeah, the Faith Militant. Like this is, I mean, in the next episode preview, like Olenna even says like, you did this. Like this is your fault.
Yeah.
Like you need to make up for this because you're screwing us all over.
Yeah.
So, Tommen is now, like you said, a holy emperor.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
So.
And Tommen, it's like, you know, he's a very gullible person, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't, and I think that's part of the reason why like this fanatic religion really, it's like the first thing that he could grab onto and be like, okay, yeah,
well, and
you know?
it's also like the whole like rebellion thing against his mom, like, like I can do my own, I can make my own choices, Mom. You don't own me.
Yeah.
I think he's looking on, he's trying to figure out how to be a leader so badly, and he saw this and he's like, yeah, that can be my thing. Yeah. Like, you know, let's go with it. And it's not looking good for a lot of people. And I wonder to a certain extent how much Marjorie truly feels the things that she says or how much she doesn't, because Marjorie is a very she says what people want to hear. She says what,
and she even
you know,
kind of mentions that in the episode.
So it's like when she was giving that speech, was she being sincere then?
I don't know.
Was she not being sincere? We don't really know where she is.
I don't think she knew that they were going to come rescue her. I think she was just saying something so that she wasn't going to have to walk through the streets naked.
Yep.
And maybe, you know, and that could be something to where, like, because she was talking to Tommen, and she kind of got Tommen on board with everything. Would she have said this to Tommen if she would have known she was about to be rescued by everybody? Because she kind of set him up to be like, yeah, I'm on board with this whole religion thing, you're right.
And as we mentioned earlier, like Jamie's going to River Run now. And
that was a huge thing too. Is like, yeah, Jamie is no longer the hand of the king.
yeah. Oh no, he's not.
Or he's not the hand of the king.
Lord Commander of the
Kingsguard,
yeah, that was huge because the only other person who's been dismissed before death was
Barristan.
yeah, Barristan Selmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that we saw what happened there is he went and joined Daenerys, which I mean Jamie's obviously not going to do.
Yeah, Jamie has more loyalty to, the Lannister
Name.
Baratheon name, you know. So so that wouldn't happen, but
yeah,
maybe we'll see Casterly Rock finally.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that
I'd
would
be
be
okay
cool.
with that. I'm surprised he's not going there. Honestly,
Right,
like you even said it when we were watching the episode, like he's going straight there.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to River Run to help the Freys take down Brendan.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about what's going to happen in River Run. To me, I feel like that's the thing I'm looking forward to. That, you know, Tower of Joy I still think is going to happen. Probably not till later in the season. But with the River Run battle, it's just there's a lot of big names there.
We saw the Mad King. Forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Bran like did a whole like.
Well, he's getting all the information from the Three-Eyed Raven.
Yeah, like the
inception into his mind.
Yeah, you got like the whole Ultron treatment. Like, welcome to the internet. Like, you know everything now. Yeah, we saw Ares for the first time, and we got confirmation that there's wildfire everywhere in King's Landing, which has been highly speculated for a long time and really alluded to a lot. But
It'll
like,
probably be a really good weapon to defeat whites.
it'd probably be a really good way to blow up the city by a certain crazy Queen Regent.
Yeah.
So.
I think I could see that going.
But that was a really good point. Yeah, we saw Ares for the first time.
Yeah.
And we got another glimpse at young Ned. Same tower joicing, but still.
Asking where's my sister?
Yeah. Bran really knows everything now that's happened in the world since he's been gone. So
he's learning. He's not quite there.
Well, I mean, he knows that
he has access to it.
Yeah, he has access to it. And he saw certain things, he actually got to see his dad die and stuff like that. He saw these events happen that he wasn't around for.
Oh yeah, they did have old Ned.
Yeah, old Ned.
Yeah.
R.I.P. old Ned. So yeah, that was a good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, River Run. Jamie's on his way.
Mm-hmm.
Cersei's like, yeah, mountain's my trial by combat.
Yeah, mountains are trial, and that's kind of what I was talking about it earlier, but that's why I almost wonder, will it be Tommen? Now that he is a holy emperor of sorts, would he be called by the High Sparrow to be to serve in the trial by combat? And of course, now that he's very pious, would he be willing to do it? And so it's.
Now, something to pull from the books a little bit about why I think that the Hound could come and be the Faith Militant contestant for the trial by combat. In the books, I don't remember who it is, but they see a large gravekeeper in a cemetery. I believe on the Sapphire Isle, so Brienne's home.
Yeah.
That really resembles the Hound. He has a disfigured face, he's about the right size, and it's very, very much implied that that's the Hound.
Yeah.
And as a gravekeeper, he'd be working for the faith.
Yeah.
And so he would come to King's Landing and offer his service just in order to fight his brother.
Yeah.
And also atone for the Clegane.
Because that would be a good way for it to happen, because there is that unresolved tension between the two brothers.
Oh, yeah.
They almost need to fight
in
order for their stories to kind of play out.
Yeah. I remember the last time we had trial by combat. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was.
Hopefully no more head squashing.
It was the mountain. So it would be nice to see Franken Mountain.
Franken Mountain.
Versus the Hound in a trial by combat.
Yeah.
And just really let them go at each other.
Yeah.
Just rip each other apart. So yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really it. A little bit shorter of an episode than normal.
Yeah, 55 minutes. So not too much shorter.
I meant our episode.
Oh, our episode. Okay. Yeah. So not too much shorter on their end. But yeah, for us.
I think the season finale is going to be an hour 10.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I'm always down for more.
I think it's slightly longer, which I think they started last season. They did season finale slightly longer.
They did, because Hard Home was longer.
Oh yeah, that was episode 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they'll probably keep doing something like that. Yeah, it was, like I said, this episode was not the best one of the season, probably the weakest of the season.
Yeah.
It felt, but what's funny is, even though it's the weakest on the season, it felt on par with probably 5 out of 10 episodes of season 5.
Yeah.
Because this is very much a season 5 feeling episode.
Yeah.
Stuff happened, but nothing was as climactic or game changing as what's been going on.
The last 5 seasons, we really got payoff in every episode, and we didn't really get any of this.
You mean 5 episodes?
Yeah, 5 episodes.
Yeah. A lot of setup in this one.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I was looking at the IMDb list of highest ranked Game of Thrones episodes, and I think 8 of the bottom 10 are season 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And then there's Hard Home at number 2. So
that's kind of how it was. Season 5 was it was a rough time for them, but they've bounced back. The first 5 episodes of season 6 have been phenomenal. I think by and large they are the best first 5 episodes of any season of Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Yeah, I think, and what's funny is usually the really good episodes are 8 and 9 and stuff like that. So we have good stuff coming. I'm sure we do.
Yeah, it'll be super interesting to see how they top what they've been doing.
I can't believe we only have a month left. We have 4 weeks and Game of Thrones is over.
Yep.
And we have to wait another year, or I guess 10 months, 9 months, whatever.
Still, too long.
Too long.
Too damn long. Yep. Give me 13 episode seasons, come on.
Joe, do you have anything to add in? This is your first time doing the Iron Couch?
Yeah, you haven't, this is, if you haven't watched our Batman vs Superman coverage from a couple months ago, Joe was on that. So
yeah.
Joe's second time being a part of joining this trendy.
And I feel
channel.
Because you and I do videos so much, we're all trained to constantly talk and say things, so we overpower people who are in for one episode. Mm-hmm. So Joe, you have the floor. What do you think about things?
I have nothing to add, really. Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. Figured we'd give you the opportunity.
Well, thank you.
So yeah. We're gonna play some Legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do after.
Yeah.
Not for you, not for so friendly,
no.
but just for fun. I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go do that.
Gonna save the world.
Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
As usual, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook and like us over there. Check out the website relaunch that just happened yesterday.
Yes.
Um,
This weekend, we completely redid our website.
Yeah.
And if I do say so, it looks awesome. We're
Yeah.
redoing the entire way that we are operating,
Yeah.
like on our website.
And we'll make an official announcement probably tomorrow about it.
Yeah.
Or today, because we're recording this on
Yes,
Sunday, so
yes.
it's Monday. So yeah, we probably made an official announcement already.
Yeah, we probably did make an official announcement like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, go ahead and go
so-
read it. It might be a little lengthy about like what we're doing as far as Subtrendy goes
Yeah.
from here on out.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then Thomas and I will be back next week. Taylor will be back next week. I should be back next week because I'm going on vacation. Get me back up here. I should be back.
Yeah, because you have to work that night, so.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
So
But yeah.
it'll be a full couch again. Joe will not be here.
I will not be.
Yeah, at the very least, it'll be Taylor, Thomas, Emily, and I.
Yeah.
So, and then the following week, I'll be gone.
Yes.
So, I'm missing 8. I'm not missing 9. Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That still sucks though.
Cool. Yeah, but I'll watch it at home.
You could phone in.
I can. I'll phone in.
FaceTime on the camera.
Yeah, just like put me on speakerphone call and I'll just talk for like a minute and then you can hang up on me. But
Like,
anyway.
comment, subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode, and we'll see you next week. And Emily, our host, will be back.
Yay! Alright, bye. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting to the point now with like cuts where we're so scared that we stop like a few seconds before we're like,
Yeah, I don't know if I like this whole like we can all see it all the time thing. I kind of want to hoard it.
Okay, hoard it.
yeah, hoard it,
It's up
keep it
to you.
secret. Oh, keep it secret, keep it safe.
I kind of
keep
like
it
it
here.
secret.
Just count and don't say anything.
Constant clock going on.